Alright, let's do this story. Maze of Darkness. So there's only 24 this time, and I'm gonna do half, like I usually do. And half point will be progress 4. That's where I'll stop. Oh, I'm so curious. How the hell does the MC get to this cave? The fateful spindle. Break the sleep bunkers. Oh, by the way, there is no prologue, so it's just straight up a story. Let's see. It was deep into the night. The automated doors of the medical department slid open with a soft hiss. Reflected in the glass, I caught sight of my own face, weary and tinged with bitterness. You know, the next update, I heard they're gonna put some voice acting into this. I wonder how that's gonna be. Shoot. If I were to walk around the base by daylight looking like this, the manifestations would surround me in seconds, fussily trying to smooth the worry lines from my brow. To spare them that concern, I rarely allowed this expression to surface. Only in these quiet, empty hours did I allow my fatigue to show. Step by step, I made my way down the hallway, stopping at the door of the intensive care unit. Inside lay a critically injured field agent, Boo Boo, rescued and brought back just days before. Shit. The spindle system data she had recovered had already given us invaluable intel, yet here she lay, unmoving, trapped in a coma. Damn, that sucks. Lost in thought, my hand drifted to the door handle, only to find it slightly ajar. Push the door open! Before Boo Boo's bed stood the lone figure of a slender woman. The creak of the door made her turn. For a moment I saw surprise flicker across her face before she regained her usual composure. Good evening, Dr. Tao. Director Tao. God damn it. Good evening. She arched an eyebrow, and glanced at the chair beside the bed, wordlessly inviting me to sit. No thanks, I could use a stretch. I shook my head and stepped closer, positioning myself beside her. There, on the hospital bed, lay Boo Boo. The respirator masked most of her features, but through it I could see the unnatural pallor of her skin. Pallor or pallor? I'd always known that hardship and loss were a part of the job, but knowing that didn't mean I would let this young girl make the ultimate sacrifice for me. Not if I could help it. The survival pod offered her meticulous protection once activated. It's clear she followed company protocol to the letter. But even so, her injuries thrust her into a deep, unbroken slumber. Not even our top medical specialists have found a way to wake her. Tao spoke about Boo Boo's condition in a calm, matter-of-fact tone. One honed by recounting such stories too many times before. By company standards, a patient in this condition wouldn't typically qualify for further medical resources. Wouldn't typically, but... I looked at her, but her gaze never left Boo Boo. Surely, with your instincts, you've already pieced it together? Seeing me here should tell you there's a way to save her. Then what's holding you back? I'm hesitating. I had braced myself for many answers. Limited resources, the need for certain personnel, poor timing, but not hesitation. As she spoke, her sharp gaze turned my way. Her current condition reminds me a lot of Life Bestla's case back then. The Descent. You should understand why I'm getting Ed by now. Not only is there a way to save her, but we've already done something like this before. A human body can't handle such severe injuries on its own. We'll need to implant theotropic nerves to turn her into a manifestation. Oh, I thought she already was one. Shoot. It's no wonder why she looked different. We have clinical data from Live Bestla and Fanny Golden. Performing the procedure won't be a challenge, and the theotropic nerves are ready. Should have laid it all out, passing the next move to me. If everything was so well prepared, her hesitation must have been hinting at something more complicated. If we know how to treat her body, then it's her consciousness that's the problem. a grave one. In the process of her injury, her consciousness seems to have accepted the idea that she's already dead. Even if we revive her body, she may remain in a vegetative state. No. No. That's one of the worst ways to be. I know what you're wondering. The company never gave up on her over these past 6 months. If we had, we wouldn't have picked up her distress signal and found her. The location where she was injured is unusual. It was deep inside an underground cavern. Underground? What was she doing there? According to the spindle system data, it seems she uncovered something unusual beneath Beijing. In the heart of the Beijing desert, she sent a distress signal to the other field agents in the region. But before anyone could reach her, she sent out another message, and then cut all communication with the company. The second message read, "Don't come near, leave immediately." A message of stark, unwavering warning. Of course, the field team could ignore that. For a while they ensured no operative ventured near her last known location, relying instead on drones to search remotely. Calling for reinforcements at the first sign of leads, and when danger loomed, she chose to face it all alone. I looked down at the unconscious girl in the hospital bed, her eyes closed, wondering what final thoughts coursed through her mind. She's a brave girl. Tao let out a soft sigh, accompanied by what sounded like a faint chuckle at my quiet remark. What's so funny? I knew it. Once you heard her story, there's no way you give up on her. That's true. Next time you're stuck in hesitation like this, let me know sooner. If we're going to save her, we'll bring back a healthy, capable manifestation, not just a sleeping beauty. Go ahead. Go ahead and have the medical team schedule the operation. I'll handle the issue regarding her consciousness. By the time I finished speaking, I already crossed the room to the door. Once I make a decision, my body tends to move before my mind fully catches up. I glanced back and Tao nodded faintly in return. The sterile glow of the hospital lights played across her face, casting shifting shadows that obscured her expression. For a moment, it looked like she might say something else, but I pushed that uncertainty aside and left, slipping out of her sight. It's been a while. You actually make an appearance! A date, a sweet date with my dear Mr. Adjutant. Oh boy. Oh boy. In the quiet of the morning at the Yggdrasil base, a slightly off-key but cheerful tune echoed through the halls. Slip into my cutest outfit, do my hair just right, and put on his favorite. It's been a while since we saw her. Goodness. Cheerful singer briskly made her way to the command room and nudged the door open, only to freeze mid-verse. Morning, Vidya. Morning, Mr. Adjutant. And everyone else. Everyone else. Contrary to what Vidya had imagined, the command room was far from empty. Slip into my cutest outfit, do my hair just right, and bring his favorite. Oh my god. Cherno mimicked Vidya's impromptu tune, her expression thoughtful as though dissecting the lyrics. No, Cherno, you got it wrong. It was put on his favorite. Oh my god. Since when did your memory get so good? Oh, we all heard it, Vidya. Not only were you late, but you were also planning to do naughty things to the adjutant. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, and I love how everybody's in their new form. I love it. Alright, Frisha. Let's stick to the agenda now that everyone's here. And Mauser, stop hissing at Vidya. Oh, jeez. I gestured for Vidya to take a seat while gently holding back a bristling Mauser. Damn. Got it. Today's briefing is once again brought to you by Professor Frisha. Everyone, please turn your attention to this hologram. Our mission this time is titled Operation Reclaim Boo Boo's Consciousness. Amazing. Using the holographic slides, Frisha quickly laid out the details of Boo Boo's condition. The good news is, Director Tao has come up with a way to turn Boo Boo into a manifestation to speed up her physical recovery. Our job is to figure out how to fix the part that's really holding her back. Her past. Fix her past? Specifically the past as she remembers it, and that's something only I can do. Boo Boo can't wake up because she believes she's already dead, so we need to convince her that she's still alive. That's what the adjutant told me. Frisha mimicked my tone, tossing me a playful wink. Exactly. The reason I've gathered you all here is to achieve that goal. I'm going to enter Boo Boo's consciousness and rewrite her perception of her own death. The human brain has intricate self-defense mechanisms. If she senses something off during the process, it could completely destabilize her consciousness. And given her fragile state, I'm also worried that her mind might not cope well with your presence, Adjutant. Which is why, unlike when we rescued little Marisol, I think it's best for the Adjutant to stay connected to the outside world this time. That way, we can help if anything goes wrong. That should be feasible, yeah. It's kind of like lucid dreaming. It's definitely safer that way. But how about... Cyrus fell silent, then pulled out her terminal and quickly scrolled through some entries, as if reviewing recent notes of her memory. The spindle system. After a thoughtful pause, she turned her terminal screen toward me. If we incorporate the spindle system to reconstruct the underground cavern from Boo Boo's memory, we can minimize the risk of destabilizing her consciousness. Excellent. Frisha, Mauser, Cyrus, can you handle modifying the spindle system and the other technical details? The method for entering her consciousness should be similar to the anchoring device. You're the experts here. The trio nodded in unison. Meanwhile, I'll need Cherno Marizal's help with some consciousness strengthening exercises. I'll explain the specifics later. No problem. Marizal says she's ready to help too. As for you, Vidya? Mr. Adjutant, I've already taken the meeting minutes. What? I've already taken the meeting minutes? What is that? What? I mean, I don't understand any of this technical stuff. You must have brought me along as your personal secretary, right? She's got a point. No, you're actually crucial to this plan. Not only does our success depend on you, but so does my safe return from the consciousness realm. Me? Wait a minute. I could have sworn. Okay. Goodness. The command room had emptied out, leaving only Vidya and me. Just the two of us, as I promised, right? Just the two. God, fuck it. No, stop. That song's different. She hummed softly in response, leaning in a bit closer. Vidya, have you ever tried using your ability on someone who's unconscious? You know, the one that lets you show others the images in your mind? Huh? No, I've never done that before. Her immediate response came quickly, but then she paused as realization struck and her eyes widened. Wait, Mr. Adjutant, are you asking me to use my ability on Boo Boo? Of course, Vidya, of course. I want to understand the limits of your ability. For example, can you make her forget that she ever entered the underground cavern? Vidya shook her head. Memories don't work that way. They're all connected. Erasing or fabricating one can mess up the entire network of memories. If she starts doubting herself, it won't just destabilize her consciousness. The whole structure might collapse. That's what I figured. No shortcuts then. I'm sorry. I wish I could do more. What about emotions or feelings? Like, can you influence her willpower? I need her consciousness to be calm. If you could strengthen her will to survive, that would help too. If it's just things like that, I think I can manage. Good. That's all the influence we need on Boo Boo. Next, let's talk about my part. Before I could continue, Vidya lifted her head from where it had been resting on my shoulder. Mr. Adjutant, I'm not using my ability on you. Why not? Because I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to resist. Resist what? Goodness gracious. Resist turning your love for me all the way up to maximum. Damn it. Smiling, I gently nudged her head back onto my shoulder. Well, you certainly are quite direct about these things. But anyway, I really do need your help. I let my expression grow serious, my gaze fixed on her. But, Mr. Adjutant, you already have plenty of courage, reason, and resolve. What more could you possibly need from me? I need you to leave me a tether to reality. Before Vidya could fully register my words, I pulled her into my arms, pressing my lips against hers. Bro, great. I shouldn't be surprised at this point. I shouldn't be surprised. Amazing. Fucking amazing. I shouldn't be surprised. A sliver of hope. The first shot in the nightmare cycle. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ready? 3 days later, I lay flat inside a treatment pod in the medical bay, giving a small nod to Frisha, who was monitoring me from the other side of a camera feed. Glancing to my left, I saw Boo Boo in the neighboring pod. She had just undergone a theotropic nerves transplant, and her complexion looked significantly better than it had a few days ago. So if she never did this, she would have died, wouldn't she? Fuck. Still, I knew that her restored body remained an empty shell without her awakened consciousness. If we couldn't bring her back, all our efforts would be for nothing. We'll be monitoring your condition from here, Adjutant. If anything goes wrong, we'll pull you out immediately. I'm in your hands, then. The pod's machinery buzzed to life, and an overwhelming drowsiness washed over me. As I closed my eyes, I prepared to enter Boo Boo's consciousness. Whatever it takes, I will bring her back. Right. No! Brunt. Oh! The first thing I heard was a muffled groan. Ah, no, there's that new form. Her hair was black, or brown, I think. Yeah. Before I could pinpoint its source, a chilling sensation swept across my neck and sent me hurtling through the air. The world spun violently until the back of my head slammed into something hard. Stone, perhaps. The chaotic rotation ended with a brutal jolt. Just before my consciousness slipped away, my vision filled with a sea of red. Amidst it, I glimpsed the frail figure of a young girl. Bring! I jolted upright on the pod, adrenaline finally catching up, prompting me to gasp for air voraciously. What the heck was that? Confusion, fear, and the relief of narrowly escaping death collided in my thoughts, leaving me momentarily disoriented. Adjutant! The treatment room doors burst open. The manifestations rushed in, surrounding me in a wave of anxious voices. How could this happen? I reached out, cupping Frisha's tense, pale face, and shook my head. Calm down. Calm down. Let me catch my breath first. Right. Frisha took a deep breath. Her cheeks flushed as she tried to steady herself. The others fell silent, waiting. First, I need to confirm. How long was I inside Boo Boo's consciousness? Just 10 seconds. 10 seconds? Damn, bro. I see. It seems we misunderstood something from the start. Boo Boo hadn't given me any time to save her. Her memory had frozen at the exact moment she was struck down. As Acacia would put it, this is basically soft-locking herself by saving in a no-win dungeon. I know exactly how that feels like. I know exact. You know, this took me Soft-locking yourself by saving in a no-win. This reminds me. Back in Halo 2, on Legendary, I would flip this Banshee, and then a checkpoint happened automatically, and then I died. You can guess what happened when when the checkpoint reverted itself. I fucking died because it saved after I activated flipping the Banshee, and I kept fucking dying in a loop. I had to start that entire damn level again, and I think it was Outskirts with all those. No, Banshee. Think about Banshee. I think it was. No, this was Halo Combat Evolved. Yeah, in the Betrayal level. Yeah, Betrayal level. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That shit sucked. I've got the data. It looks like that final experience hit her so hard it completely dominates her mind, preventing any recall of earlier events. Maja quickly relayed the findings from her terminal. Her usual verbal tick conspicuously absent. Yeah, you were supposed to say yeah. What happened? So there's no way to send me to an earlier point in her memory? Not with our current setup, it seems. Yeah, it's quite grave. It's pretty serious. Pressing my fingertips against my throbbing temples, I let out a long breath. Even though I had suffered a severe blow inside Booba's consciousness, I woke up unharmed. It seemed that my forced ejection had been triggered by her perceived death. If that's the case, we can afford a few more attempts. Risha, reset the system. Wait! Adjutant! I turned to find Mirazalt, who had somehow taken control of the body she shared with Cherno, now clutching my hand tightly. I won't let you put yourself in danger again. Even when Mirazalt wasn't in control, I could sense her presence. For her to step forward like this felt more like an attempt to rally everyone else behind her. I know what death feels like. Even once is too much. It's a haunting experience seared into your memory forever. If you had to go through it again and again, I can't imagine what would. Her voice cracked, and the instant she finished, she threw herself into my arms. The room fell silent, her outburst, obviously leaving everyone unsettled and hesitant. Okay, Marisol. Do you know how many anchor tests I went through to find you? Cherno told me. It was 52 times. Then I promise you, I won't go beyond that number. You better not. And if I can't take it, if it gets to be too much, I'll let everyone know. Will you trust me? I've always trusted you, Adjutant. Jeez. God. I'm still wrapping my head around this whole dynamic of master love. Okay. The voice in my arm shifted back into Cherno's softer tone. It seemed Marisold had conceded. Then let's proceed. This time, let's have the consciousness monitor my focus on my perspective. I need to see exactly what attacked Boo Boo. Ugh. The moment I re-entered Boo Boo's consciousness, I heard that same muffled groan. But this time I was ready. I pinpointed the sound's source and shoved in that direction without hesitation, pushing Boo Boo out of harm's way. An instant later, a massive force struck me, sending me flying, just like before. The world spun, and pain flared at the back of my skull, but this time I wasn't instantly ejected from Boo Boo's mind. Because there she was, the girl who had lain in a pool of blood before and now sat on the ground, her wide eyes filled with disbelief. Damn, blunt force? That's how she died? That sucks. I knew it. As long as she's alive, the space can hold itself to get. Relief barely registered before my consciousness snapped like a severed thread. Snapped like a severed thread. Damn. Did anyone get a good look? I forced myself upright in the treatment pod, rubbing my throbbing temples. In the surveillance room, Frisha and the others pored over the playback, examining each frame of my memory. Minutes later, they entered the medical bay, each wearing the same puzzled expression. Something's off, Adjutant. What do you mean? That shadow in Boo-Boo's memory. It doesn't seem like something that actually exists. Are you saying she was severely injured by something unreal? Under normal circumstances, I feel ridiculous voicing such an absurd question. But today, absurdity seemed almost mundane. Risha nodded, handing me a terminal with the recorded footage. It didn't take long for my expression to mirror theirs. In the playback, I shoved Boo-Boo out of the shadow's path just before it slammed into me, sending me flying. But then, inexplicably, a shadow reappeared in front of her the next instant, swatting her away as well. Even slowed down to a fraction of its original speed, the shadow's movements were too fast to track, his form an indecipherable blur. Intriguing. If she had truly faced such a powerful creature, there's no way she would have survived. So that thing must be... Right. It's a construct of her imagination. An exaggerated incarnation of how she perceived her enemy. Let's not forget she wasn't a manifestation then. As an ordinary human, this enemy must have seemed completely unbeatable. So now it appears impossibly strong and fast in her mind. Damn. That's right. She wasn't a manifestation. That's quite the pickle. Yeah. Oh, there's that signature, yeah. Excuse me. Which means my job is to take down this invincible enemy. Right before the moment she dies. I couldn't help but chuckle wearily at the absurdity of my own words. Before she dies. Quite the challenge you've left us, Boo-Boo. So, should we... Not giving up yet. Ultimately, this idea of invincibility exists only in Boo-Boo's imagination. If I can make Boo-Boo believe the enemy is beatable, then it will be, right? If it bleeds, we can kill it. But how exactly are you going to pull that off? I need a gun. For fuck's sake. Oh my goodness. As a field agent, Boo-Boo would have carried a service pistol. She must have tried shooting at that thing. Even if the bullets didn't hurt it, she should still recognize the sound of gunfire. The gun doesn't have to kill the shadow, it just needs to let her know that someone is there to save her. If I fall asleep holding a gun, will I actually dream of holding one? I wasn't sure how dreams or the brain worked, but as I opened my eyes inside Boo-Boo's consciousness, the cold weight of the pistol in my hand answered that question. The same grunt, the same lunging shadow. Without aiming, I raised the gun and fired where the memory guided me. Shoot. 3 bursts? Bang! Bang bang! Bang bang! Bang bang! I emptied the mag in one go. Quickly holstering my weapon, I turned and scooped up the stunned Boo-Boo, who lay collapsed on the ground. Then, without looking back, I bolted. Good shit, bro. Hey. Only when silence settled behind me did I dare slow down. The underground cavern was treacherous, winding paths riddled with jagged edges, and pits that seemed to link together in a complex maze. I followed my instincts blindly, and when I finally stopped, I realized I had no idea where I'd ended up. Boo-Boo had passed out in my arms long ago. After her earlier injuries in the Shadow's attack, she was barely holding on. I found a small clearing and gently set her down, letting her lean against me as I sat beside her. Because of the consciousness link, I couldn't stray too far from her. With her unable to speak, my attention drifted to our surroundings. There was no doubt we were far beneath the surface. Compared to the dry, searing heat above, this place was eerily quiet and damp. Shafts of light filtered down from narrow openings high above, but they were far out of reach. Beyond that, darkness cloaked most of the space, yet scattered glimmers from glowing minerals and bioluminescent plants hinted at the cavern's vastness. It was otherworldly. Who would have thought such a subterranean ecosystem lay hidden beneath Beijing's barren landscape? As we fled, I noticed signs of human excavation. Boo Boo must have learned something unusual about this underground world that drove her to risk venturing here. Lost in thought, I suddenly felt a faint movement beside me. Ow, it hurts. The instant Boo Boo regained consciousness, a wave of searing pain engulfed her, as though every fiber of her body screamed in agony. Even the simple act of breathing felt like torture. Something seemed lodged in her throat, choking her and causing her to instinctively cough violently. Coughing. Air finally flooded her lungs, shocking her system like a sudden jolt of electricity. She jerked upright. Almost instantly, she felt a tug and lost her balance, falling down again. Oddly, what she landed on wasn't the cold, hard ground, but something firm and invitingly warm. Great. Ah. Her eyes fluttered open. What? This early? We get a unique still? So pretty. Our eyes met, and her groggy groan turned into a bewildered exclamation. You're Andro! Adjutant of the Heimdall Force! Her weak voice carried a hint of confusion, more like a hesitant confirmation to herself than an actual question. I met her puzzled gaze with a firm nod. Yes, it's me, Boo Boo. We finally meet. Oh, goodness. Such a simple change. That was cute. Shoot. Alright, good. I have 24. Okay. I got 48 presents. I got plenty. It's just me and her. It's not like she needs teammates anyway. Shoot. Do I still remember? I can just do this right off the bat. Please don't. Like, I can't tell, because every time there's a lag spike, I just can't tell if it's my PC gonna give up, or is it just the game? I could have done that. I'll keep that in mind. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Oh. New shit, new models. Give me a second, I just have to admire the scenery. I can actually step down. Give me a second. I gotta check if my fans are working. Right, optimal running. Good, PC should be cool. She doesn't even need to use her ult. These guys are just... like, all the enemies are pushovers. Nice. Where's the thing for that one? Oh, there it is. Get fought. Oh. Get fucked.
あぶくぜにめっちゃ身につくよね。
Wait. Splash damage? Oh my god, I'm so trash.
天の時に地の利、そして分析員と私。
Her shots do splash damage. You're kidding, right? That's so good. Oh my god. No. If I am compelled this much, I might even, if I'm in a bind towards the last day of her banner, I might
天の時、香川にあり。
I might spend just to get her. Can't do that. Can't. I can't do that. That's just loving this character. Every moment I get to use her. Damn. Splash damage?
心は穏やかに、動きは正確に。
You just got aim. You just need a good aim and you're good. Fuck. Just.
ここに藁はあり、本敵どもよ、散れ。
Come on. Come on, you guys. Come on. Come on. Oh, no way. Come on. Sight. Nice.
あぶくぜ
Oh, that's it.
にめっちゃ身につくよね。
Damn it.
へへん、この勝ち、占い通りの結果ね。
Aw. She's adorable. Alright, next. Come on. More action.
運勢大吉のブブが先頭行くね。
Okay, there's no... Okay, I can just shoot. Look at that. Oh. Indy. Those damn balls.
天の時に地の利、そして分析員と私。
Infighting.
ここに藁はあり、
Can imagine
本敵どもよ、散れ。
Snowbreak as a third-person Doom shooter. Yeah, that just taking too long.
前にひざまずくがよい。
That splash damage is... That's kind of crazy.
心は穏やかに、
Like,
動きは正確に。
damn,
ブクズ
what?
にめっちゃ身につくよね。
I wasn't even aiming at the guy. Is that automatic? When she bursts? The pistol? Like... There's no way. She's really fucking nice. God damn.
ここに藁はあり、本敵どもよ、散れ。
Fucked. Get fucked.
我が霊力の前にひざまずくがよい。
My god, I feel so fucking good to play her.
あぶくぜにめっちゃ身につく天の
Oh
時
my
に地の利、
goodness.
そして分析員と私。
Ah.
当たるも発見、当たらぬも発見。
I just have to remember to charge up her S energy. That's all. Oh,
ここに藁はあり、本敵どもよ、
look at all those. Is there any... Oh. I think I missed my opportunity to...
健康無極、我が陣痛を示せ。 心は穏やかに、
No.
動きは正確に。
No way.
我が霊力の前にひざまずくがよい。
Her shots adjust. It's like auto aim again. As long as you're aiming in the general direction, right? There's just absolutely no way. Unless my aim's that impeccable, which I doubt. What? shouldn't have.
当然か
Oh, there's nothing back there. There's nothing back there, just new scenery.
へへんこの勝ち
Jeez.
結果ね
This is gonna be a long ass 34 days of waiting to get her. Jeez. Beautiful. First time meeting. Nice to make your acquaintance. Aw, the previous patch. But what is the great adjutant of Heimdall doing here? And what's with these handcuffs? What? Handcuffs? Oh, right, that's right. In the dim cavern light, her upper body was draped awkwardly over mine. Her left hand and my right were joined by a pair of handcuffs, the cause of her earlier tumble onto me when she tried to sit up. Unfortunately, I couldn't give her a straightforward answer about the handcuffs. They weren't supposed to exist in her memory. In truth, they were a manifestation of the link between our consciousnesses, an anchor to keep me from being forcibly ejected by her mind's defense mechanisms. Take a breath, boo-boo. Let's calm down. Propping myself up on one arm, I gently helped her sit upright. There we go. I happened to be nearby on a mission when your distress signal came through. I brought the Heimdall force to back you up. Then where are the others? We split up. I guess I got lucky. I found you right after I entered this cavern. Okay. She nodded, her expression distant, though a flicker of suspicion crossed her face. Before I could say anything, she suddenly lunged forward, her elbow arching sharply toward my jaw. Even if she were in peak condition, her reflexes and strength would fall well short of mine. But in her current state, her strike, though fierce, was easy for me to handle. Whack! One sidestep, a palm cupped beneath her elbow, a calculated twist, and her slight frame went rigid, her movements instantly subdued. Good aim and quick reflexes. You learned that in combat training? I let go of her arm, sending her off balance. She wobbled precariously, nearly toppling backward, but this time the handcuffs worked in her favor. She used the tether to brace her wrist against mine, steadying herself. She didn't try to attack again. Instead, she locked her eyes on me with an intense, scrutinizing gaze. There we go. There's the Brighton sprite. You're not quite like the rumors say. And what do the rumors say? As the leader of Heimdall and the high-ranking officer of Yggdrasil, you shouldn't throw myself into dangerous places like this? No, it's not that. Everyone knows you're always on the front lines. It's just, I pictured you as stern, no nonsense, intimidating. You know, a typical super elite. Aw. She rattled off her thoughts in a single breath, then let out a sheepish chuckle. Ha! Looks like even the Geomancer can get things wrong sometimes. Her posture softened, and the hardened warrior facade fell away, revealing just the young girl beneath it all. Still, what was with that Geomancer title she kept throwing around? Mind scooting a bit closer? I need to crouch down and catch my breath. I gestured for her to go ahead, then crouched down beside her against the rock wall. Ah, much better. That thing chased me for so long. I felt like my bones were about to fall apart. Oh, that's so cute. Look at the expressions. I love it. Ying. She rubbed her ankle and rolled her neck from side to side, trying to ease the tension. I was just about to ask, what exactly was the creature that attacked you? It was the Shishui, the malevolent demon. Shishui? Is that how you pronounce it? I can never. Fucking failed Chinese class in high school. She said it completely straight-faced, then fell silent, as if expecting me to dig deeper. If we're talking about demons, I've seen my share. Oh, really? So you know about these things. Are you a fellow practitioner? What's your specialty? Talismans or immortality arts? Her barrage of niche terms left me stumped. I raised a hand signaling her to slow down before she could veer even further off track. Hold on, let's dial it back. What exactly is this Jisui? Is it some kind of beast? A titan? Or a drone? Jisui is just Jisui. Not any of those other things. She said it as casually as if describing a common household pet. Alright. Then tell me everything you remember about it. The more I know, the better I can figure out what kind of backup we'll need. Not that any actual backup was coming, but she didn't need to know that. Let's see... It's really fast, and it can see in the dark. I fired at it a few times, but it dodged every shot. So she didn't know if bullets would hurt it or not. When you were down, you didn't fire. Did it take your weapon? No, I still have my gun. She reached for her waist and handed me a pistol. There should be one bullet left. One bullet as in for you or for the creature? I mean, maybe I'm thinking too much on it. As she spoke, a shadow fell across her face, the sparkle in her eyes dimming. I knew it. Yeah, I figured that. I was saving it. For myself. You know, if it came to that. You're safe now. You won't need that option anymore. I hope so. But the Jisui's only taken a few hits. It's probably still alive. She trailed off, and a chill crept down my spine. A gut instinct told me we were being watched. It wasn't scientific, but it had saved my life too many times to ignore. Without hesitation, I yanked Boo Boo's arm, pulling us both aside. A moment later, a razor-sharp gust of wind sliced through the spot we just occupied. Damn it, how did it find us? Even as I wondered, I knew it was too late. Oh! Oh, shoot! Excuse me. The shadow, impossibly fast, twisted midair and lunged at us a second time. This time, even though I saw it coming, there was no time to react. In a blink, its claws tore into both of us before we could scream. I can see that image right now. Blood sprayed. Yeah. Like those morning sprinklers. Yeah, I see it. Splattering over those orange rock walls. Yeah, I can see that. I see it. Damn, bro. That sucks. Maybe I was growing numb to dying, because when I woke again, there was no sharp discomfort. Sitting up, I turned to check on Boo Boo. She looked exactly as before. I couldn't tell if that was good or bad. Before I could make sense of it all, Raisha pushed open the door and walked in. From across the room, she raised 2 fingers in the air. 2 fingers, 2 pieces of good news, 2 bad ones, or just a random gesture. I watched, puzzled, as she came closer, then threw herself into my arms. I've got 1 piece of good news and 1 bad. Alright, let's start with the good news. When you pulled Boo Boo out of danger this time, her brainwave patterns changed dramatically. Before, her consciousness was almost completely unresponsive, but now we're detecting activity across multiple regions of her brain. Shoot. It's like, imagine a patient in cardiac arrest. This is the kind of spark you'd see after a defibrillator. What? Defibrillator shock. Defibrillator. Jeez. I have never seen that word in my life. I see. And I'm guessing the bad news is that this spark wasn't enough to wake her. Yes, the effect was only temporary, but Adjutant, even a small change proves that your efforts are having an impact. You always know how to lift my spirits, Professor Frisha. I smiled, ruffling her hair affectionately, though doubts still weighed on my mind. My guess is right. The reason Boo Boo can't wake up is because of an unresolved fear. We need to do more than save her physically. We have to help her confront that shadow creature. and defeat it. Or maybe we could find a way out of the cavern to convince her consciousness she's finally safe. That might work too, but it won't be easy. She handed me her terminal. Take a look, Adjutant. You ran through the cavern for 17 minutes, but according to these coordinates, you were mostly going in circles. She was right. The labyrinthian tunnels had disoriented me completely. Even seeing my path from a bird's eye view, it was hard to tell which routes led anywhere meaningful. Since the spindle system's data was gathered through Bubu's perspective, we don't have a full map of the cavern. Still, finding a way out seems like our best bet for now. Before we figure out how to defeat the creature directly, let's focus on escape. I nodded at Freesia and settled back into the treatment pod. Just as the hatch began to close, a lingering thought struck me. I called out before Freesia left the room. Professor Freesia, could you ask someone in the resource department to bring me a whiteboard and some markers? A whiteboard? Yes, I'll need it soon. Time rewound once again, returning to the moment Bubu was attacked. Damn. Rewind. She remained unaware, while I knew exactly what would happen. Fire a few shots, grab her, and run. The sequence played out like a rehearsed performance. As long as I stuck to the script, events would unfold as expected. But what is the great adjutant of Heimdall doing here? And what's with these handcuffs? In the dim cavern light, her upper body was draped awkwardly over mine. I'm afraid we have to keep moving, Geomancer Bubu. We'll talk along the way. Wait, you know who I am? I helped her up and supported her as we started walking. Ah, nice and closer. From past experience, staying put too long would only allow the creature to capture us. So even without a clear destination, we had no choice but to keep moving. Of course I know you. I came here to rescue you. I know you have questions about me, why I'm here, and these handcuffs. Let me explain. I happened to be nearby on a mission when your distress signal came through. I brought the Heimdall force in to back you up. Then we split up. I guess I got lucky and found you as soon as I entered this cavern. This part of my story didn't need changing. There wasn't a better explanation anyway. As for the handcuffs, they're a new prototype, a power amplifier for manifestations. Wait, what? She stopped abruptly, staring at me wide-eyed. Come on, man. You gotta think of something better than that. First off, why would a power amplifier look like handcuffs? And second, I'm just a regular field agent, not a manifestation. That's exactly why you need it. Because you weren't a manifestation before. Before? Are you saying... You are one now. Because I'm channeling my power into you. Boober, you've probably realized it by now. This is one reason I'm able to lead Heimdall. Of course, the story about the handcuffs was completely improvised, but I had my reasons for needing to make her believe it. With theotropic nerves already implanted in Boo Boo's brain, in theory she should be able to wield manifestation powers within her own consciousness if she tried. Taking down the monster she feared most would be nearly impossible with my strength alone, but if she could recover and fight at my side, our chances would skyrocket. As I pondered my next line, I noticed her clench her fist. This time though, she didn't swing at me. Instead, she aimed a punch straight at the rock wall beside us. Huh. Oh! Shit. Thump. The impact echoed through the cavern, setting dust and debris cascading down. A jagged crack, several meters long, now marred in the once intact wall. Whoa, did I really just do that? Of course she's happy about it. Of course she's happy. Still in disbelief, she stared at her hand, fingers flexed as if testing their integrity. Finding no harm done, she thrust her fist in front of my face, eyes wide with astonishment. Mr. Adjutant, look! Not even a scratch. This is insane. It defies science. Well, it's more scientific than all that stuff about geomancy and Jisoi. I gave her a gentle tug, urging her forward. Wait, you know about Jisoi? Don't tell me all those rumors are true. You've got clairvoyance, super hearing, and a dossier on every subordinate's deepest secrets? Why do I feel like the rumors about me are getting more ridiculous by the day? Hey, but it's only natural for people to be curious about a big boss and never met in person. Once we get out of here, I'll have a story or two to brag about to the other field agents. I was tempted to admit that until a few days ago. I didn't even know about the department she worked for. But seeing the bright excitement in her eyes, I kept that to myself. Speaking of which, you sent out a warning telling everyone to stay away, right? Yeah. By then, I'd already spotted that Jusoi. Ah, goodness. It hadn't noticed me at first, but one look was enough for me to know I didn't stand a chance. No one else would either. It didn't see you? Then why not just run? I had to lure it away. Her tone turned unexpectedly serious. There's a village not far from here. I went there while gathering intel on Beijing. I didn't find anything useful, but, well, those villagers are defenseless. I couldn't let that thing get anywhere near them. Besides, it's a geomancer's duty to fight demons and banish evil spirits. Just a shame. What's a shame? A shame I've got terrible luck! Just as I was about to launch a sneak attack, I tripped and fell into this cavern. On the bright side, now the thing's stuck down here as well. I've been about to commend her bravery, but her blunt delivery left me momentarily speechless. For some reason, this girl had a knack for mixing seriousness with absurdity, steering conversations down unexpected paths without breaking her earnest expression. Next time you face something this dangerous, report it to headquarters first. Understood. But hey, thanks to our amazing Mr. Adjutant, I'm still in one piece. I mean, this is take 5? Her cheery grin somehow brought her mind to mind her unconscious, battered form in the hospital bed. An inexplicable sadness welled up inside me. She had no idea how close she'd come to death in reality, and because of that, I was all the more determined to save her here. Whoa, Adjutant, look! Her exclamation jolted me out of my thoughts. She waved a hand in front of my face, pointing ahead. What is it? I gently pushed her hand aside and followed her gaze, my eyes widening too as I took in the sight before us. Somehow, without realizing it, Boo Boo and I had stumbled into a strange underground hall. Meticulously carved stone tiles and columns, unique murals, and a massive bronze bell suspended from the ceiling all suggested this was once a temple of some sort. The craftsmanship and inscriptions hinted at an ancient origin. Yet despite its intended grandeur, the temple's subterranean setting gave it an unsettling, tomb-like atmosphere. Ah, look at that! Half a skeleton! Indeed, there was half a skeleton, but for me, a centuries-old partial skeleton wasn't exactly shocking news. Still, I had to admit, I'd assumed this space was just a natural cavern. I never imagined we'd find such an intricately constructed structure hidden underground. Could it be that the construction crew those villagers mentioned was actually digging up these buried ruins? I heard her mumbling to herself, but before I could respond, her attention shifted to a nearby stone wall. Are those inscriptions? Yeah, looks like some ancient Luozo script. Shuozhou, the universal language now used across the continent, blends elements from 8 major languages, including the Shuozhou language. These archaic characters were beyond both our understanding. Such a shame I don't have a camera on me, she sighed, tracing her fingertips over the carvings as if trying to commit their texture to memory. Come on, let's keep moving. We'll be more prepared next time. Next time? Yeah, no thanks. It may be fascinating, but I'm not signing up for a return trip to this creepy place. Clearly my idea of next time differed from hers. For now, let's focus on finding a way out. Good point. We've been talking forever. I wonder where that Jisoi could... I clamped a hand over her mouth before she could finish. In her mental space, I suspected her thoughts might influence the monster's appearance, just like before. What was that for? It's not like I'm Jin Xing or anything. The fuck is a Jin Xing? Maybe not, but your predictions have been eerily accurate. Let's not take any chances. Mr. Adjutant, I hate to break it to you, but ignoring fate doesn't change it. God damn it, I love her sprite. You know, a century ago, a famous scientist proposed an experiment. Whenever you bring up science, I get a bad feeling. Shh, hear me out. So, this scientist put a cat and a poison gas device in a box. The device had a random chance of triggering, so until someone opens the box to check, the cat's both alive and dead at the same time. Yes, I know that one. What's your point? If I, the mighty geomancer Boo Boo, predict that the poison's been triggered before someone opens the box, and voila, the cat's actually dead, would you say I killed it with my words? Well... That's the case. I wouldn't think so. Exactly! All I did was say something, and the cat's fate wasn't said until someone checked. Boo Boo leaned casually against a brick wall, giving me a wink. Something about her argument felt off, but her confidence left me momentarily speechless. Wait. Did the wall she's leaning against just sink inward? A faint, strange odor reached my nose. A heartbeat later, both Boo Boo and I collapsed. Fuck's sake. Time to try again. Never thought I'd have to worry about dying from anything other than being chased down by a monster. Even though I knew it was all in my head, I couldn't shake the phantom sting of poison gas in my lungs. I let out a few dry coughs, almost involuntarily. It's probably because Boo Boo actually triggered a trap like that in real life, so the memory of the gas is in her mind. As Frisha explained, she patted my back gently, her eyes flicking toward the terminal in her hand. Look at this! Boo Boo's neural responses are even stronger than last time. We're definitely on the right track. Oh, and I got the whiteboard you asked for. Fantastic, Frisha. You're a lifesaver. I took the marker from Frisha and started writing notes on the whiteboard. Bullets can injure the monster. The monster is fast, has night vision, possibly tracks by scent. Avoid staying in one place too long. Boo Boo can use her manifestation powers in her consciousness, but she needs training. After a brief pause, I added one more line. Keep Boo Boo from touching anything that might trigger a trap. That should do it for now. What's all this? Think of it as a cheat sheet or walkthrough. Since we have the luxury of trial and error, we might as well record what we learn. Speaking of which, there's something else I need your help with. You want me to decipher the inscriptions from the ruins, right? Already done. It roughly translates to this. The Valley of Sunset is where the sun meets its end, a gateway to the underworld. At dusk, mortals must return home, while divine envoys descend into the underground temple to guard the gates and keep the dead from crossing back into the realm of the living. Sounds like some sort of ancient oracle. Uh-huh. I think these underground ruins once served as a sacred temple ages ago. Frisha, do you remember those newly built statues we saw above ground? How could I forget? Huh? Frisha suddenly clapped her hands, a spark of realization lighting her eyes. Looks like we pieced together the faith that was once practiced here. Damn, alright. Shoot. Oh, it's action time. Let's do it. Let's do this shit. Boo boo. Look at that still. Beautiful.
地味猛量だろうがなんだろうが全部任せて。
Shoot. Oh. Nice try. Did I just miss 2 shots? Oh, look.
天の時に地の利、そして分析員と私。
I like her voice. Puzzle mechanism. Shooting it, you said? Yeah. Okay. Wait. What did I just... Jeez. You say shooting it? I might be cooked here. I didn't really... Did I really... Ah, fuck. Come on. Stupid me. What am I doing? Who said... Shoot the mechanism. What mechanism? This? Oh. Mechanism. I did a similar mechanism when I played Wuthering Waves. Yeah, I do play Wuthering Waves as well. It's pretty fun. I'm actually enjoying it a lot. I just wish I'd gotten into it sooner. Oh, it's so far behind. Oh, nice. Okay. Because this puzzle reminded me of that other puzzle I did in that game. The one where you're at that, the mountain with the dragon-shaped head, right? I'm sure you Wuthering players know what that is. What kind of puzzle in front of reference? I'm still exploring that place, by the way. Eventually I'll finish it. Nice. Look at this place. What is this? Oh. Damn. I missed. I need to stop missing these shots. I really like her voice. Just the right amount of giddiness and solemn. There's a hint of a solemn tone underneath it. What the fuck? What? I guess it's not that because that's an octagon. Wait. Huh? Okay. What the hell? What am I supposed to do here? Nut. Great. There must be something I'm missing. Come on, these... Wait. Amazing. Wow. Amazing. More. That's okay. Let's try this. Other way. Go. Go. Okay. Didn't have to use this one. Oh, whoa! Oh, you fuckhead. Oh, wait, no, that's a... It's new. Me likey.
健康無極我が陣痛を
Oh, I can't wait to unlock this character. She's gonna be a lot of fun.
変な時に地の利
Oh,
そして分析員と私
truly, the devs have outdone themselves with this gameplay. For me, at least. I love it.
この勝ち占い通りの結果ね
Damn it, Boo Boo. Arrgh! Want you! Damn it! She's still number one. Wife is still number one. Okay, unravel. I'm going to relish every moment. Just every moment of her gameplay.
地味猛量だろうがなんだろうが全部任せて
Because there's always a chance that I might not be able to get her in the end. And that would really suck. Oh. Whoopsie. Get fucked. I'm still surprised. Our fucking shots have AoE. Would I have died if those things hit me? Oh. Oh, please don't. Are the fans on? Yes, they are. The fans are on, then the PC should be fine. It's just...
分析員現場に汚れ確認
It's just Snowbreak doing his thing. Oh man. Look at this. Ah, such unique land. Environments. Like... They could make this game bigger. They just need more time and funding.
天の時に地の利そして分析員と私
Let's activate them both.
健康無極我が陣痛を示せ心は穏やかに動きは正確に急いでるようだったし仕方ないか
Beautiful.
見てなさい本番はここからよ
Oh. I guess. Which stone slab is safe? Which one? Red or blue? Dude. I've been stepping on red, so I'm gonna step on blue. Where's the blue? There you are, blue. Step on red, what will happen? Oh, that. I do not want to see this character die, so I'm not going to do that. Don't want to see Boo Boo die, even though she's died already in the visions. Blue! Blue is my favorite. Oh, look at that. Blue is my favorite color. Even though she's red. Oh. Get fucked. Oh, sick. I haven't seen that one. Oh. Haven't seen that animation. Find the river. Ooh. The part where they're at the boat. Alright. Progress. What progress is this? Progress 4. This is half point. Yep. This is half point. Twists and turns. Each clue weaves into a clearer picture. Half point. Back in my younger days, reading fantasy stories, something. Right now, my answer was surprisingly mundane. I was utilizing it around this place. I was steering Boo Boo clear of all those ancient mechanisms. We safely made our way out of the ruins. God. I can't read that fast, damn it. Hey, what's up ahead? To our surprise, another man-made structure awaited us. Unlike the ancient temple behind, this was clearly a mine from a more recent era. Though recent might be a stretch, the iron tracks and mine carts were rusted, yet the tunnel's hanging lights still glowed faintly. So there really is a mine down here. Boo Boo and I blurted out the same thought at once, then exchanged puzzled glances. I remember hearing about a mining operation around here, but it was abandoned years ago. However, some villagers told me that recently, someone started sending construction crews back here to do work in it again. It all adds up. It sure does. Yeah. But seriously, look at all these forks in the path. She was right. The mine ahead looked far more complex than the natural cavern. Since it was abandoned long ago, many tunnels probably led nowhere. Guess we'll have to trust our instincts this time. Shit, you're gonna really make me do this? The middle seems too conspicuous. Am I using that word correctly? I'll take the left. The deeper we went, the dimmer our surroundings became. Boo Boo, about these mines, did the locals ever mention what kind of ore was extracted here? Not exactly, but if I had to guess, Beijing is known for a rare mineral called iridescent ore. As she spoke, Boo Boo ran her fingers along a rugged wall. Instantly, tiny, multicolored crystalline particles clung to her fingertips. This stuff contains rare earth elements, super versatile, for industrial use and worth a fortune. I remember reading about it in the textbooks. It's strange, though. Judging by what's left, this vein is barely half mined. Why didn't the first miners finish the job decades ago? Wait, do you think this mine was sealing away something evil? And that's what scared them off? If that were true, the crews wouldn't have come back. More likely, it wasn't the mine itself, but human factors at play. Huh? What do you mean? Boo Boo turned to face me, curious, but I raised a hand to stop her. Ahead, a chaotic heap of rubble completely blocked the passage, a dead end. Guess I chose poorly. Huh? Skeptical, she stepped forward and hesitantly tapped the debris with her fingertip. The moment she touched the stone, she recoiled as if burned. Yikes! Alright, let's head back. If we turn around, we might run straight into that Jisui. Relax, we'll be fine. Trust me. I flashed her a reassuring smile. 5 minutes later, I stumbled out of the treatment pod, rubbing my head. I picked up a marker and added 2 new notes to the whiteboard. Large mine beneath Beijing likely contains iridescent ore. Don't take the left tunnel in the mine. Yeah. You know what? I said middle tunnel was too conspicuous, so no. Oh, what's my gut telling me right now? I'm taking the middle. Looks like someone's been here recently. Yeah, these tracks look freshly laid. It wasn't just the tracks. The entire passage seemed to have been reinforced. Scaffolding still clung to the walls near the entrance and corners. The further we ventured in, the heavier the air seemed to grow and the darker our surroundings turned. Boo Boo sidled closer and I could feel her trembling. Are you afraid of the dark? Afraid? Me? Don't be ridiculous. As the geomancer sworn to fight the Jisui, why would I be afraid of... Her voice was trembling just as violently as her hands now. Say maybe we should light a torch? A torch? In a mine? Do you have any idea how dangerous that is? What if there's explosive gas? I flicked her forehead gently. What do we do then? Shh, look. Looks like we're nearing the end of the tunnel. We approached slowly and cautiously, the dim lighting finally revealing what lay ahead. Stacks of crates, all shapes and sizes, packed tightly into the space, each filled with guns, ammunition, and explosives. Good thing we didn't go with your torch idea. I bent down and picked up one of the firearms. Its texture felt oddly familiar in my hands. Hold on. This is company equipment. I handed the gun to Boo Boo. She examined it briefly before nodding. Definitely. This is the same model we trained with back at headquarters. Seems the old-timers helped themselves to quite the haul when they left the company. Grab a couple of these, boo-boo. We might need them later. Got it. Whoops. Good lord. Good lord. Oh my boo-boo. You gotta be kidding me. What kind of genius would have an accidental discharge in a munitions depot? Nursing my aching head, I grabbed the marker and scribbled on the whiteboard. You gotta be kidding me. Large stash of Dressel-made weapons and ammo found deep in the middle tunnel. Possible 0 with a dash connection. Middle tunnel also a dead end. God damn it. I chose poorly again. I should have chose the right tunnel. Middle tunnel also a dead end, but could serve as a supply depot later. Take the right tunnel. Fuck's sake. This tunnel was broader and slightly better lit. Excuse me. Before long we stumbled upon a mess of old tools and scattered debris, seemingly left behind by miners decades ago. Reaching a small clearing, I knelt down and brushed the dust off a protrusion in the ground. It turned out to be an iron chest, partially buried. Give me a hand here, boo-boo. Give me a hand here, boo-boo. Huh? You want to dig that out? Yes. Let's see what secrets this place holds. As expected, the carelessly discarded chest was unlocked. And predictably, it didn't contain any valuable items. Expired canned food, a broken pickaxe, and half a rag? Ugh, just useless junk. Not necessarily. Look closer at the inside of the chest. Intrigued, Boo-Boo leaned over, carefully reading an engraving on the bottom. G family. Mining estates. G family? Is that supposed to mean something? Chenxing! Your family! Chenxing! I didn't answer immediately. Instead, I bent down and picked up the can she'd tossed aside. The label had faded beyond recognition, but I could just make out that it was produced sometime last century. So, the G family really established the first mining operation here in Beijing. When they left, the mine was abandoned, untouched for decades. No one should have any reason to return now. Unless they were a G themselves. Oh, Chenxing. Okay, do you know if there are mines or other similar operations around Beijing? I can't say for sure, but I do know my family once held an ancestral property deep in Beijing. It's been abandoned for years, though. Why would your family just throw away a property like that? Did something happen? Because it has ties to 0 with a dash. 0 with a dash? Yes. It was a long time ago. Back then, 0 with a dash was pretty close with the G family and began assisting in managing that property. After the G family hit hard times, 0 with a dash severed all ties with us. Due to concerns I'm not entirely clear on, none of the remaining family members took over that property. It all started to add up. Her choice of hiding spot suddenly made a lot of sense. But after all these years, why would 0 with a dash suddenly scramble to resume excavation? What was she looking for? Turning the dusty can over in my hands, I inadvertently ignored the sound of heavy stomping drawing closer. Another game over because we couldn't outrun the monster. When I came to, I reached for the marker and jotted down 2 more lines on the whiteboard. Investigate the link between 0 with a dash and the G family mining estates. Don't take the right tunnel in the mine. Oh, so there was no right choice. They were all wrong. Fantastic. Each fork led to more forks, and each wrong turn brought me and Boo-Boo back to the start. Over 30 painstaking trial and error attempts later, we had covered every path. When I woke up from yet another round in the treatment pod, my whiteboard was almost entirely covered with notes. We still hadn't found a way out, but the secrets of this underground labyrinth were coming together. Bit by bit, these fragments of information I scribbled on the board began to connect, forming a web that linked everyone involved, allies and enemies alike. To put it chronologically, it began decades ago when the G family purchased the mine in Beijing to extract iridescent ore. But shortly after the mine's construction, the G family fell into decline. For reasons unknown, the mine was never sold. Instead, it was simply abandoned. Fast forward to a few years ago, Razan Quarenra began producing awakening dust, which required rare earth elements like those found in iridescent ore. So sexy Rozan. Okay, I'm sorry. So Rozan turned to partners from the former board for help. That's where Zero with a Dash came in. Knowing full well that the G family's mine in Beijing still held untapped reserves, she returned and reopened it. By this point, most of the puzzle pieces had clicked into place. Only one question still lingered in my mind. Faith. Beijing's locals, isolated for ages, suddenly adopted a new religion. Zero with a Dash's presence is almost certainly the catalyst. But Zero with a Dash was no zealot. She wouldn't have suddenly started preaching around Beijing without a calculated reason. Whatever her motives were, they had to run deeper than the iridescent ore. Standing before the all-too-familiar fork in the tunnel again, I fell silent. What is it? I don't know. None of these paths look particularly promising. Ha! So the great adjutant is just stuck trying to decide, huh? Say no more. This is a job for yours truly, the almighty Geomancer. With that, Boo Boo fished out 3 old coins from her pocket, presenting them with a flourish. In this day and age, where even paper money is becoming a relic, seeing something like this genuinely piqued my curiosity. And what exactly are you planning to do with those? You'll see. Boo Boo cupped the coins in her hand. Shaking them rapidly, she began her chant. Heaven's decree above, spectres' wisdom below. From the 4 winds, unveil the shrouded path. As her incantation ended, she flung the coins into the air with a flourish. Unfortunately, she had completely forgotten about the handcuffs connecting us. The moment she lunged to catch the coins, the chain yanked her arm. As a result, the 3 coins clattered noisily to the ground. Oh no, wait! One of the coins wobbled and rolled away. Without hesitation, Boo Boo rushed to chase it, tugging me. You guys fall into a chasm, don't you? Tugging me along. Her antics left me both bemused and amused. I gave in, letting her pull me along. And just as I let my guard down, something completely unexpected happened. Whoa! With a startled cry from Boo Boo, a sharp pull on my right hand nearly yanked my arm from its socket. Ooh! Before I could process what was happening, I was thrown off balance, tumbling forward. Whoa! Oh, hold on! Why the heck is there even a slope here? What? The wet, slippery slope sent us hurtling downward, one after the other, like marbles on a greased slide. Oh, that's cute. Oh, look at that. Look at this still. And this unfortunate fall was all thanks to Boo Boo's misstep and those handcuffs. Nice work, Boo Boo. Now's not the time for finger pointing. Just try to grab, onto something. Her voice grew shriller after what sounded like her backside colliding with a jutting rock. Even if we could, it's too slippery to climb back up. Then what do we do? Curl up, tuck your head, and try not to. Before I could finish, the ground abruptly disappeared beneath me. Ah! 2 solid thuds echoed moments later, one from me hitting the ground, and the other from Boo Boo landing squarely on top of me. How so? A fall like that would have knocked out most people, but I got off with nothing worse than a coating of grime and dust. I even managed to haul Boo Boo upright, though she was too busy clutching her head and groaning. Ow, that really hurt. There, let me rub it. While gently massaging her forehead, I took a moment to survey our new surroundings. The air here felt noticeably damper than in the mine above, and strange plants I'd never seen before sprouted from the moist ground. They're at Blackreach. By sheer dumb luck, Boo Boo's blunder had led us to a completely new path. For the first time in what felt like ages, the heavy frustration pressing down on my chest began to ease. Excuse me. Well, I guess this little head of yours isn't just for show after all. Ow, hey, that hurts! It wasn't long before we had to stop again. This time it wasn't rubble blocking our way. Instead, we were greeted by a winding underground river that stretched far into the distance. A fluorescent river! Look at that. It's fucking Blackreach. The murmur of flowing water mingled with the chirping of insects, a damp air brushing against my skin. The surreal beauty of this place almost made us forget how tense and exhausted we were moments ago. Adding to the pleasant turn of events, a bamboo raft rested along the riverbank nearby. I'd only ever seen something like this in historical films, but judging by Boo Boo's lack of surprise, maybe such rafts were still being used in Beijing. At the very least, its presence suggested someone had passed through here before. Maybe there really was a way out somewhere ahead. Lost in thought, I felt a sudden cool splash on my face. Turning, I caught Boo Boo gazing innocently into the distance. But there was no doubt that the droplets came from her. The splashback. Whoa! Take this! You fool! What if that fluid is acidic? Acidic to skin or organic matter? Come on. Come on now. Obviously it isn't. I stepped back, narrowly dodging her counterattacks. Limited, of course, by the handcuffs linking us. Alright, knock it off. We should keep moving. Are we seriously crossing the river on this raft? It looks older than my nana. Despite her words, Boo Boo boldly stepped onto the bamboo raft. Huh, not bad. It's sturdier than it looks. I'm not saying it. The raft creaked, as if agreeing. Alright, Adjutant, climb aboard. Prepare to be amazed by the rowing skills of Boo Boo the Geomancer. Aww, that's it. Damn. I don't want to stay up too late. It's already 2:54 a.m. This looks... Actually, there is a Progress 7, and half of 7 is 3.5, so I'm technically... You know, I'm at fucking half. I'm at half. Alright. Well, that's so far so good. I love the story. Loving it. Feels so calm, so chill, and yet it has a little bit of a rush to it. Like a flowing river. Yeah. Just like that. Nice and chill. But man. Oof. How much did I accumulate? Not even a 10. Okay. Oh, look at this. Complete? No, I'm not gonna claim that just yet. This is... beautiful, yes! Wife. There you are. Yay! Oh, what's this? Oh, yep, I'm not gonna pick the weight. Oh, it's just... No, I'm not gonna pick it up yet. But... Damn. I'm looking forward to do the story tomorrow. I'm definitely going to do this again tomorrow and finishing it. Because I want to know what happens at the end. Because I know next patch is the continuation of the story. And it's a big one. It's a big patch. And I can't wait. Maybe we'll see Rozan again. We'll see her again. It's going to be some fun. It's going to be some fun. Well, that's it for me. since it's still, even though it's super late at night, it is still night. So, good night, everyone, and good night, me.